So this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to talk more about my experience building in public now the past few months, but also since I actually started YouTube a few years back. Because I think a lot of people that are watching from outside, that are seeing people building in public, I think maybe a lot of people, they think that it's difficult, or maybe they need something, like maybe they need to be able to speak very good English, or they need a lot of following already, or maybe they think it's too very hard work and stuff like that. I will say that yeah, it is hard work, and it takes persistence. But I think just doing it and getting just like a few subscribers on YouTube is very beneficial. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean about that. Because if you look here at my profile, and I'm going to be sharing more stats here later in the video. If you look at my profile, I only have about 2,600 subscribers. So compared to so many other YouTubers, it's not a lot. But just from these few subscribers, I actually got a lot of value already, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean about that. So if you go back a little bit in history here and see what I actually started out with. So I realized a few years back, after talking with friends, that having some kind of a public profile is going to be important. It is important. It is going to be more important, and I still agree with this, because now we are seeing all this AI slop coming out, and it's a little bit hard to know what is true and what is not true. I think having actually a public profile with your face, like this online persona, is very beneficial in basically all walks of life. This is a method of getting people on a wait list, getting inbound leads in your business. And again, I will show you exactly how I use this today. So if you look at my profile, I started out, just sharing, like first I shared some tutorial videos, and then they didn't have that much traction. And then I started to just kind of building in public, right? That's where I start these episodes here, and building in public, episode 1, 2, 3, and so on. And my idea actually was just grinding this out, doing this a lot, but I quickly, after a while, kind of lost motivation, partially because I guess I didn't get that many views. Some of them got like a little bit, and then other didn't get that many. And I think there was other things that came in the way. And then I, in the beginning I did post a lot, but then it took like 2 or 3 months and stuff like that. And then I had a long break from doing videos. But basically all these videos I did, it was about building in public. So basically anything that I would work on in my, free time, I would try to post about it where I felt like it made sense. And then actually I didn't do it for a long time. I think for 1 year I didn't post any videos. So this one here is more than a year ago. And then I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to start to do YouTube again. And that's why I did this video here, like an update and then focus for 2026. And then I started to post video again. This one was about some automation flows with the N8N. And then just randomly I posted a video about Polymarket trading bots. And that's actually, that kicked off. So this one, compared to all my other videos, is pretty crazy. We had got like 44,000 views. That's a lot for my channel, right? Because before I got maybe, this one was okay because it got, almost 500 views. And I quickly realized, hey, there's something in this Polymarket here. Because at the time with the Polymarket trading bot that I did here, I was just doing it for fun, because I saw a lot of people talking about it on X. So yeah, let me just build my own. And then, now I have a little bit, let me just post a video about it. And then, hey, maybe there's something here. So I kept posting about Polymarket. And the videos also got like quite decent amount of views, and then I think a few weeks into this, I started to do the Discord, which is this one here. So that's the Poly Traders Discord channel. I'm gonna make sure to leave an invite link down in the description below if you wanna join this one here. So you can see here, if I go to the server settings, this one here now got almost 2,000 members, so 1,894 members, okay? And that's only from YouTube, and then maybe people sharing it to their friends, okay? So that's already benefit number 1, is actually getting people over to a Discord channel that I own and that I control. Of course, this is a completely free to join community that it's never gonna cost money to join. but it's also a lever I can use to basically advertise for my own project, right? Which is also how I use it without being, too much. So I started to do that Discord, and then I also realized, hey, there's actually a lot of interest in Polymarket trading bots, or just trading bots in general for prediction markets. So that's where I kind of pivoted to building, instead of building my own trading bot. So I thought to myself, why not build a framework for people to build their own trading bots? Because now I already worked with N8N, and I thought, hey, why not have N8N but for trading bots? So that's kind of where the idea came from. And that's actually where I started to work in that direction. So that instead of just building one specific trading bot for myself, I started to build SaaS software, which could be my pivot to an actual business, and then make that for people. So that's actually what I started to build out, and for that one, I mean, when I do videos about trading bots and Polymarket, I also add a link to the waitlist. So you can see my waitlist here in Klaviyo, and I have 763 profiles. So that is emails that I've actually signed up for the waitlist for Raven. This is great, right? Because now I have YouTube, right? Almost 3,000 people. I have the Discord, which with almost 2,000 people, and now I have an email list with almost 800 people. Okay, so that's already 3 channels. And so I think my point about this is, yeah, it's not really that many views I get. It's not that many subscribers. I think for most people, getting 3,000 subscribers is pretty achievable, and you get so much value and benefit from it. And I think the main part here is, for me at least, what worked was just keep posting, and then keep posting things in kind of different areas, and then you see what works and you see what doesn't work. And then when you see something works, that's where you can start to double down. That's where basically what I did. I saw, hey, this content about Polymarket, that there's a lot of interest for this, so let me just double down, let me just grind this through. And yeah, it worked. I mean, it still works. And I do see the more I post, the more engagement I get. So if you look at the analytics here, so around this time, you can see how I basically didn't get any views. And then I started to post a little bit. And then around here in the middle of January, I posted a video about the Polymarket trading bot, and that really kicked off. And then they just kept posting. So around this period here, naturally it would drop, right? Because I had one video really kicking off. And then it kind of stabilized around 2,000 to 3,000 views. And then around February, I came a point around here where I didn't really post that much. And then especially in March, I didn't post that many videos. And the data reflects it 100%. And I also see it on my waitlist submissions, and how many people that join the Discord. Like, the less I post, the less people they join and all this. So that's also a learning for me, where I really need to figure out a way to just keep posting content. And that's kind of sometimes a little bit difficult, because, well, maybe you also have a daytime job and you have this project you're working on. So finding time in the day to do this content. So this is definitely something that I'm going to try to improve, to just keep posting content, relevant content, ideally, like, for me, 2, 3, 4 times per week. So yeah, I mean, I would suggest anybody that are interested in, that want to build some kind of a business, build a SaaS software, anything like that, build it in public. Whatever channel that you're comfortable with. Not everybody is comfortable with YouTube, which, I wasn't comfortable with YouTube too, but I just started anyway. And there's also other channels. You can do it on Reddit, you can do it on X, you can do it on Instagram. I think just doing it is important, and then you can always branch out to other platforms. For example, for myself, I'm not really that active on X, so that's something I'm gonna try to do more. And I don't really have that many followers. I have more followers on YouTube than I have on X, but it's definitely something that I want to improve as well. Just try to post more content on those channels as well. And then another thing that I want to mention is that is very, very valuable about building in public is the feedback that I'm getting. So for Raven here, we have a support channel where people are reporting when they have some issues with Raven. And this is really, really valuable because it actually allows me to have this system tested out before like really launching it, right? And already I'm seeing so many things that I didn't even see myself, but I did my own testing, and also get a lot of suggestions. And so, for example, we have the channel over here with different suggestions and stuff like that, and it's so valuable. So that's just another benefit of building in public, and why I would really suggest people to do this is like you get an audience, you already have the marketing kind of in place, and then you have very early supporters that help you out testing the platform, and it's really great, and there's basically no downside to this. So I would highly suggest anybody that are building to build it in public. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna make sure to leave an invite link down in the description below, and also I'm gonna leave a link to Raven if you wanna get to the waitlist. So I'm gonna make sure to leave a link down in the description below. So with that said, see you on the next video and have a good one. Bye bye.